Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm very happy to see you guys today, and today I want to show you one of my shade flower beds that almost in a full shade, and I want to show you what is growing here for us in the North Texas zone 8A. So right now is the beginning of May, and flowers that are extremely well growing in the shade. It's this impatiens. They have different shades. If you can see, I have two pinks, one a little bit lighter and one a little bit darker. I got them at different times, and now I have two different shades, but it's make it some prettiness too. And this impatiens will be blooming for us for whole this end of a spring, full summer, and way in the fall. Since it's annual, yeah, I have to fertilize it, and I will do video how I fertilizing them, but yes, if you want to have such a abundant flowers show, you need fertilizer. Now this is a Dusty Miller. Dusty Miller count as a perennial, but in my experience of growing Dusty Miller, it's not really full of perennial. Yes, it will grow for me for about 2-3 seasons. Now it depends on what condition it is, right? Like this one flower bed, it's almost in a full shade, and only in the evening it's have about 1 hour of sun. So because if it's in almost in a full shade, it will grow for me much longer. But if it's in the sun, it will be faded much faster. So as soon as Dusty Miller throwing out, it's I don't have it because this is young ones. As soon as it's give yellow flowers, which is very small, that same season it's dying on me. And I grown in different location. I grown in the shade, I grown in the full sun, or lots of sun, not full sun. And of course in sunny locations it's done blooming much faster, like only 2 seasons. In the shade it could be 3-4 seasons. It depends what size you bought it, because I bought it as a very small plants, and I planted them this fall. I have video of it, how I planted, and it's filled out beautifully. Why it's also filled out beautifully, because I had compost. I got some from Home Depot, some bag, extremely good. It has a humus in it, and cow compost, extremely good soil. I loving it, and I'm fertilizing, and of course watering and mulching. And this is how huge it's growing in just half a year. It's extremely. I'm gonna show you right now picture of when I just planted, how small it is and how fast it's grow up. Did you see how big difference is? It's filling up so nicely. Beautiful Dusty Miller, and I love it. In the shade, especially in the shade, you need colors. You need colors in the shade. For example, this flower bed, if I back up, I'm gonna back up to a sidewalk where usually people walking. So this is sidewalk. Here I'm on sidewalk. We see how it's pump kind of jump at you. It's jump bird feeder, or not, bird bath. It's jumping at you because it's a gray color, silver gray color. And Dusty Miller, it's just very kind of beautiful colors, silver colors, light yellow colors is extremely good for shade spots, because lights of them kind of attract you. And like I said, Dusty Miller is beautiful by its foliage, because it's a foliage, so it's kind of like flowers open 24/7. This is silver color. Now this one is a peony. This is Sarah Bernhard. So in our zone 8A, peony cannot be grown in the full sun like it's suggested. I grow or in the morning sun, or like this one, I grow in end of a day, a little bit sun, when it's not too hot, and it's growing beautifully. Now here I also have this is hardy hibiscus. This is hardy hibiscus and this hardy hibiscus. This is a little bit two different types of hardy hibiscus. This one hardy hibiscus, I believe it was from Proven Winner, and this one is one of them, like Lowe's and Home Depot is selling them. It's a different type than Proven Winner, so you surely can see by shape of a leaf, and by it will be difference by size of a flower and what time it will be blooming. So but yeah, growing them here because sun is coming more from this direction, so this one has more sun. And this is a lily bulbs that I planted this spring, so they're gonna be blooming pretty soon. Now this flower, I forget the name of it, but in the fall I did dig out. I want to get rid of it from flower bed, but kind of very hard to get rid of it. So another flower my flower garden is share with me. It's a yellow columbine over here. I planted this spring, so it's already done blooming yellow flowers. For us in the North Texas, yellow flowers is a perennial that will be coming back over and over and even spread. Yellow columbine, beautiful. Now this is azaleas, and I did video how I plant them in the fall and update on them. And this azaleas too, the only two kind of survived crazy winter what we have in Texas, and I think it's because it's protected by house from north side. That's the only reason why they survived, but they're growing, and I was very happy to see new light green leaves. It's a growth. They're way in the back is holly, so it's a holly hedge. I tried plant in front of a house. I need trim, so it's be one leveled. So next is of course hosta. Hostas is a love shades. This hostas, it's called guacamole hosta. For some reason, I have no idea what's the reason. So I have 6. I did kind of circle around this Japanese maple. Japanese maple is growing beautifully for us. And you know what? You can grow them in the sun and you can grow them in the shade. I have a neighbor that growing them in the full sun, and they are beautiful and fine. And this one kind of almost in the full shade. So for some reason this 1, 2, 3 is okay, and this 1, 2, 3 is much smaller size. I have no idea what's the deal with, but I don't know. I'll try maybe fertilize the one in front. So of course yes, hosta is kind of want to grow for us in the full shade. Has a way its leaf will burn. And of course here this is different hosta. Don't know the name of this one. I got it a few years and I planted, and I like how it's has that margin of a light green. It's look beautiful. And this shrub is Japan. I think Japan. It's already been here when we got house 7 years ago, so it's been growing there. And this one is juniper tree. I believe it's a volunteer because I don't think anybody plant 1 foot away from a house juniper tree. So I totally think it's volunteer. And this one shrub is Japan too. It was, when we got it, it was huge bush, very huge, very strong, very big trunk was, and was out of shape. So I cut down all branches down, and I was thinking, okay, I'm not gonna want you there. And then for some reason I didn't do nothing to it, and after a few years branches was coming out from the bottom, and I started shaping them in the size of a bowl. I love this shape around because it's a mirror of this one. Thing is, this is kind of center of a house, and you see how much it's not centered, and I don't know should I cut down again and growing again for another 5-6 years. I don't know. It was lots of years to grow. I mean, it's almost full bowl shape. I mean, it's half a little bit over here because this is kind of like a full shade for it, so you see, but it's almost done. I mean, I almost have a full bowl. So but thing is, because it's not centered, kind of scratching my teeth. Before I didn't thinking it will be matter for me, you know, that something is not centered, especially in the garden. but it does kind of drive me nuts a little bit. So yeah, but yeah, it's almost full bullshit. I mean, it's a little bit here because it's in a full shade too. But beautiful, very, very beautiful. So yeah, so this is, of course, there are lots of more shade loving flowers and shade loving perennials, but this is what I have in my garden, and I really love this flower bed. I think it's pretty much done. This flower bed is accomplished, at least what I think in my head. It is pretty much. So in fall, this space where is impatience, I'm planting pansies. Pansies and vinca, those are perfect for planting in the fall and winter for us. And I did have some over here, and when I was planting impatiens, I dug them out, and let me show you. I still have them. It's unreal, I know. Let me try to go slow and at the same time fast. There they are. Look at yellow. So for shade, like I have there, of course, that flower bed in the winter has more sun in the evening, but because it's still kind of in the shade and dark, I like to plant yellow, lots of yellow. And I also play purple. Oh, here's one more purple. And look at like this one, like this flower bed right now in the shade. And look at how strong you can see those yellow ones compared to green leaves. Purple one not so much, but yellow is like jumping at you. So yes, in fall, that's what I love to plant. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, thank you guys so much for watching my video. Have an excellent day, and see you next time. Bye.